Hello YouTubers. Today I'm going to be counting down my top 10 picks of the mods that were released in October of 2016 when the game has been released. Since the game has been released. The first one is, if you have PS4 edition, it is an exclusive. I don't know if Xbox One's going to get it. Is the T7 Blue Power Heavy Duty. It is the same exact thing as in-game T7, but I do like the blue. I don't know why. It's just a pretty blue. And then the grills are gray opposed to black. It's a lot more nicer. So we're going to go ahead and buy this with... Actually, let's take a look at the horsepower options. So stock is 288 horsepower. As a T7 315 is 313 horsepower. As a T7 290, well, actually those are the only two we got. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and buy the 315 model. Let's go wide tires. So you got standard wheel weights and wide tires. I don't know why it has wheel weights, but okay. Wide tires. We're gonna buy the wide tires. Let's take a look at it. Okay, here's the exclusive PS4 Blue Power New Holland T7 in all its glory. Even it's got a blue seat. So let's pull this up right here. Now we'll park it right here real quick. Actually, I'm going to change one thing real fast. Dupe and dupe. Okay. And dupe. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Save game. Now these options should be permanently integrated. So we'll turn that off. We'll turn the beacons on, turn all its lights, and take another look at it. Okay, let's go interior. Let's hear its startup sounds. From the interior, it doesn't sound quite right starting up inside. That's kind of funny. I think I ran into a bug. Maybe. Let's go ahead and get the in-game one. Regular T7 as a comparison so you guys can see the difference. That's T8. This is the in-game heavy duty. Buy exactly the same. Wide tires because it has same options, I believe. Yep. Okay, wide tires by let's go ahead and kind of weird start. I think you would hear a starter. Let's turn on all its lights and its beacons. Yes, they both have blinkers. Okay. So rims right away stand out. These ones are more white. These ones are gray. Black grill. Gray grill. darker shade of blue, and then the logo is different as well. This has that yellow stripe, and this does not. So work our way around, and I think the back end's a little lighter. No, they're the same. Okay. And then let's take a look at its seat. Oh, it got blue stripes on that seat. This one's got more blue. Let's take a look in the interior real quick. Okay, see the seat. Okay. I don't think there's anything different inside except the seat. Button wise, dash wise, everything's different. Same except the seat. The seat is different. So there's number 10. Now let's move on to number 9, which is, no, let's go down this one. Actually, this is, I'm gonna make this into a pack, because, you know, you pick and choose your color here, and then you could match the rims or make them different. I like this thing black with blue rims. Okay, and then there's another piece of commercial equipment in here, black with blue rims. Okay, and then in the baling technology, there's the bale trailer. This one's number 9 in my list because there is a bug that I might be able to show you guys. Happens quite often with me. I'll just use the truck here. So, if you're driving around, and then you drop off the trailer. No, it's not happening now. Well. Take off the cover of that. Okay. Yeah, these Marshall trailers are number 9 because occasionally the foot that's underneath the trailer ends up stuck in the ground, and the game just doesn't like to pull it back out of the ground. You sit there and you're trying to pull it out and you just make a big mess out of things. I wish Giants would fix that soon, because it's not doing it now for some reason, but it usually does do it. I think it's because there's no weight on it. That's probably why. But that's number 9. I do like the pack. Well, those mods. It's actually 3 separate mods that you would download, but they should have made it as a pack, Marshall pack, which all 3 of them you can pick your body color. This one where the frame is blue and this blue lip is always going to be there no matter what body color and rim color you're going to get. It's always going to be that blue. This one I think was all changed, and this one I think that piece and the top piece there stays blue, because blue and red is actually their colors. All their equipment comes blue and red quite often. My next pick for number 8 I guess would be this, because of its graphical issue. I don't know why it does this. It just does. It just turns everything straight black. I don't know if it's one of the other mods that I have installed, because it worked fine when it was first released, and then all of a sudden it turned black. I don't know why. It did. But it still works. You got your angle adjustment there with your trailer, and you can tip anywhere. Let's see if they'll yeah, you can't see anything functioning because everything's just blacked out. And then sound of it's pretty, like, terrible. Sounds like it's gonna fall apart. So that's number 8. As it sets itself back up. Number 7 would have to be this one right here. Crone Big X 1100 mod. A lot of people would be like, oh, what? That should be number 1. No, I'm just joking. I'm only counting the machine itself. The header, I love. But this thing itself is not that great. Because the in-game one can hook up to almost anything, and this thing's very limited to what it can hook up to. So, yeah. I would be reviewing these mods one by one soon enough and uploading those videos. So that's number 7. Number 6 is this tipper. It's not bad, it does its job. It's just a tipper. I haven't ran into any problems with it. Actually, let's try to hook up too. I never tried that. It does have a hitch in the back. Let's try to double these. I'm pretty sure it won't, but we'll find out. Yeah, you can't double these trailers. The only thing I think I ever hooked up to the back of this is one of these. Or am I just imagining stuff? No, yeah, that's right. Yeah, this is number 6. Because it does work. Works pretty well. And the cool thing is, if you throw things up in here, they just slide right on out. No problem. I think the only problem I have with it is it's slow tipping. I think it should tip a little faster. But it's not a bad mod, and for its cost, it's not too bad. It's only 35. Let's see, that fits. Well, actually, get this one, 31. Oh, this one holds a little more. That's 31,000 for that. So for the cost of that, you get something that holds a little more. But the only downside is it's high. So you need to make sure you have a bigger combine to be able to take that. And let's see, this will be my next one. This is number 5. It's a great cultivator. Okay, I wish they gave us the other one that actually has like the wheels that hang out of the bottom of it, and then when you unfold it, they kind of go to the back. If you ever played 15, you would see it. But this one's good enough. It's a good low horsepower cultivator. It's a fair size cultivator. Great for your starting out farm. Looks nice behind your starting out tractor. Let's get one of those suckers right here with wide tires. This sucker has no problem pulling this thing too. I didn't know you could drive to top speed on the road with the thing down. That's kind of funny. But that pulls this with no problem. It's a great cultivator to get into pretty early in the game. It's usually the first thing I go after. The bigger cultivator. So Yeah, there's the Vaderstad cultivator. That is my number 5 pick. Let's see, number 4. Trying to remember where else all the other mods. Did we get a mod harvester? Yeah, there we go. Is these guys. These are number 4. Okay, number 4. And they have corresponding heads. Do 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 do. Number 4. The only reason why they're number 4 is they're practically reskins of the Massey's, which I understand the company that owns Massey and Finn are the same company, so it saves them money for just reskinning a tractor. Which I believe, let me buy those. Where's the other one? There it is. The only thing different is this big one. You can't put crawler tracks on it, but yet the Fint one you can. I don't understand that. So it's got a weird whoosh. That's there too. It's harder to see on the red. Let's drive this one over by the other one. Okay. Same exact combine, just different colors. They should have gave us like probably an older model of some of these combines. So that's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're on number 4. No, number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, we're on number 3. It's another one in the tippers. This guy right here. Holds 36,300. Let's see what will compare to that. It's right in between these two. For only 37. a little more than this guy. Honestly, I don't think that's right, because it doesn't look like it would hold that much. But oh well, probably for its grain type, maybe that's probably the right amount, because that is only a, it will take straw, grass, chaff, dried grass, hay, I think that's it for the sucker. Okay. And my number 2, everyone's gonna go, what? Why is that number 2? Is the IT Runner pack. It's a great versatile pack. Comes with a lot of gear. So here's the main unit. You need this before you get any of these. Because these will actually, this is like a swap body, and you can connect to any one of these for whatever task you want it for. This one here, they actually put in straps so you can strap things down. I usually use this over by the sheep area and here by the shop. I'd buy a couple of these, put one over by the sheep area, and then I would load the pallets of wool on here and then strap them down as I get full until it's 100%, and then I go and take them all to sell or wait until there's great demand. And there's straps for the log trailer as well, the log container. In all of these, you could basically throw chopped up wood in it and they'll all dump it out in its own ways. This one's kind of finicky. I think if you put too much, it puts too much weight on the logs and they don't want to come out, because this one doesn't tip. This one uses the chains on the floor to pull things out. It's mainly for silage, but they made it have all grain types and all that as well, so you can put whatever you want in there. If you played 15, you'll remember that you were able to stick your little sticks and small things. Some people stuck 1 meter logs in here and just took them to their shop and sell them. You could do the same thing with this. But now, I don't have the bigger bin. That's what I'm missing. Yep, this sucker. Now they made this one with the same coating, so now you can throw whatever you want in this bin too and dump it out. This one's for your manure, and this one's for your slurry, which according to the fill marker it's halfway full. No, it's empty. For some reason they didn't make that move as it's full or empty. So that's my number 2 pick, is the IT Runner pack. Number 1 is actually a placeable. It is 3 structures. These 3 right here. Let's see if I could get them to place anywhere so we could check them out. Don't own this field, don't own this area, don't own that area. Actually, let's go over to the cows. I think there's enough land over there to place these suckers down to take a look at them. Okay, so we got this one. We got, and I'll just leave it as is, this one. So we got the giant storage, small vehicles shelter, medium vehicle shelter. Medium is actually up high enough so you can stick combines in them. The large one and the small one are not tall enough for combines, but I'll show you some of the cool things they got. Let's hop into our truck. Where is he? There he is. Get over there real quick. And if you notice, these garages don't have any way in, but they do. Come up to the front here, open door. Actually, this is the one that you can fit combines in. This is the giant, I think. And there's these little light switches, which I can't reach that one. Little light switch over here, turn on lights. And the internal lights come on. See? I wish I could get a better angle to show you. Lights off. Lights on. Lights off, lights on. Lights off, lights on. And all these doors open and close, so, but you gotta do them in a right order. So like, you want to open that door, you gotta close this door, so then you can open this door. But if you like had this door open like that, see what happens? So you gotta close this door give you enough room so both doors open. So then let's say we want to open this other section, so we gotta close this door. Come on, close. And then open this door. Okay, and vice versa. And sometimes if you organize just right, you can actually have a couple doors. Like this one is free to be open now. So you got this section and this section open. This one, it's probably one I use a lot just because of its lights. So let's turn on its lights. There's lights inside and outside. Yeah, I store all my tractors in these ones. I like this one. And then we got this one. Actually, I think I bought two of the same ones, didn't I? Yep. Well, let's get this sucker. Well, I guess I need to sell those other ones since we already looked at them. And then this big shelter right here. Okay. And then open this door. You got your lights right here. Ding, 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 ding. Now you got these little bays here, which for some reason whenever you like just dump grain here and use the auto tip feature, it tends to bleed into the other one. Someone needs to work on that. So I just use them as tool bays. So like my seeder would be here, my fertilizer spreader, and so on and so on, and I would actually put the corresponding pallets back there too. So there's all this room in front for like the tool, and you just fill that area up with all the corresponding pallets for what you're using. So liquid fertilizer, solid fertilizer, and your seeds. And then, whoa, what? Oh, because it's all the way up high. I see. Normally that's way down here, but I'm not on very level ground. So what edge is it going off? This point. So this point is what all of it goes off of, it looks like. Because that looks like it's at the level where the whole thing has to be. But they're great garages. And usually like over at the main farm that has these sheds, I would sell those sheds and replace them with these garages. The opening doors. It's a cool function with lights. And that was my #1 pick, is these sheds. Okay, let's go through it again. Number 10, Blue Power Heavy Duty. PS4 exclusive, awesome tractor. Gives you a little difference New Holland than the in-game one, but you're really not missing a lot if you don't have that exclusive like you're on your Xbox One. I don't know if Xbox One's got an exclusive tractor. Maybe. I don't know. Leave comments below if you know. Then after that is the Marshall trailers. This thing that's supposed to be red, white, and blue like that, which for some reason it's solid black. And that. Oh, this. And then that. IT runners and cultivator, IT runner, and then shelters. Yep. Well, those are my picks. I'll make another one after November mods have been released. But until November ones are released, I will be reviewing all the other mods that have came out in October. And maybe releasing some other videos, and then my top 10 picks for November's 2016 mods for the PS4 and Xbox One. Till next time.